Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry for the late start. I tried to schedule for 9:30 and it wouldn't let me. So we had a team meeting this morning and it went a bit longer for me than I really needed it to, and that was probably why. Okay, so who's on? Let me have a look. Good morning, Holly. Good morning, Kim, Suzanne, and someone's talking to Mum, so I can't see anything from her, but yep. Kim, you've got a lot of appointments by the look of it. Oh, hi, Roz. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Yeah, I can't see Mum's, so it does that sometimes. It was like, where was it? Holly was talking to Kim and I didn't have a post for Kim. And now I don't have a post that Mum's put on there, but everyone's talking to her, so she must be there. Weird. I think Restream has a silly 5 minutes every so often, and it's obviously having one now. Okay, so this morning we're heading off pretty much as soon as I finish my live this morning. So it going a bit later doesn't really help. And we're heading down to see my friend Rose, and my husband also has to drop something off in Gympie on the way down. So that's about a 2.25 hour trip down to where she is in the car. So we're heading down there. You can't see Mum either? No. Oh, there, I can see her now. She's just come up. I am here, she said. Yeah, it is really strange how it happens. It's quite annoying because I think I've said hello to everybody and then I realise that someone's come on and I haven't said hello to them. How are you this morning, Mum? How's your foot? I may be able to give you a quick call when I finish, but it'll only be a quick one. Okay, so this morning I'm going to do a fairly quick card because, like I said, I've got things to do. I've got to drop the cats off at the refuge because we do boarding and that there, so they're staying there for a few days, and I've got to drop my my dog off at my other friend's place, and then we can get going. So yeah. Hi Susan, how are you? Good to see you. Alrighty. So we all know that we've got the fantastic $60 for $235 worth of product special. That's going through until the end of the month. If you don't do anything else other than sign up with that, get your $235 worth just for $60, you're on a winner. Okay. But you know, there's a lot more you can do with it as well if you choose to do so. So, you know, let's just get that out there. My card class on the 25th, I am needing I'm needing people to sign up and pay by tomorrow because I need to get those send away for those kits. Okay. Who have you got? Oh, Marlene. I haven't said good morning to Marlene. So good morning, Marlene. Okay, down we go onto the desk and let me, like I said this morning, we're doing simple and quick, and I've gone back to the perfectly pairs. We're going to be using stylish shapes. Anyone who wasn't on last night, this was the card that I made last night. It is one of what's her name, Louise from Iced Images. She did this one, and so I redid it last night, and it actually all folds in nicely and fits into a 7x5 envelope. And there's the back of it. Turn it up the right way, Lorraine. There you go. So I was quite happy with the way that one turned out. Yeah. So she actually put something in the middle here, which I may look at doing when I get back after the weekend, but just at the moment I'm leaving it just like that. Okay, so but it does all fold up, so it will fit into a normal envelope. Might be a little bit more costly to post because it is going to be thick, but it could also be one of those cards that you give rather than hi Sue, that you give rather than send. So there we go. That was her card, which I did last night. I thought I had actually, chosen something too much after a day at work, but it actually turned out okay. So that was really good. So this morning I'm just this is it's the 5x5 card, which I don't usually make square cards, although it is fairly simple to get envelopes for them, or you can make an envelope. That's not hard either. So so we're going to be using the black. I'm into black at the moment, and pink. Okay, so we're going to use the pink, and then what I've done is I've cut 4 of the largest circles from the stylish shapes. Now I wanted something with the black and the pink in it, obviously, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on here, and then I'm going to cut off the excess, which seems like a big waste, but anyway, going to cut off the excess, and we will see what we've got left, and we should have a spot in the middle to put something, and it's just straightforward. This morning, Susan, yes, had a birthday, I believe. Mum hasn't put up, I don't think, whether she slept well last night or not. I'll give her a call afterwards and see. All right, so let me get started with this. So I pre-did all this because I'm starting later than normal. So what I want this to do is I want the corners to come over each other like this, so that we cover the pink on the sides and at the top. Now, if there had been a slightly larger, actually we might leave a little bit, we'll see. No, we want a bit in the middle. So we might leave a bit at the sides. So I think what I might do is pop it down on there like that. And then we have this piece in the middle that is going to look a little bit different. So let's go ahead and do that. I will try and place these so that they are sort of semi up the right way, because that one's not at the moment. I really wanted more of the floral than the pears at this point, but that's okay. I can work with that because we're going to put something in the middle here. All right, so just let me, obviously I'm not going to want the whole part of the circle covered in glue. So I need to try and get that so that it's all a bit equal, which isn't going to be easy, is it? Move that one up. And then these two. I'm always going to get one that's a little bit different, aren't I? Here's me saying, oh, let's do an easy card. That should do it. No, it isn't, because I haven't got that there. That should do it. About. I need to go into the middle. Just ignore me while that's about it, I think, while I mither. So if I leave that like that, I should be about right with that going into the middle. So I'm just going to sort of put glue down this bottom part. And hope that I don't get too much on the desk. So that's that. And then on here, this is actually another one of my oldies but goodies. So over here, oh, that's good, Mum, that you got some sleep. Where did I put that? There. So we'll put that down there like that. And then we've got the last one to go. And hopefully that looks fairly central. Okay, so that's what we've... Oh, that's good that you can... It was funny because I had planned to do a fundraiser for the refuge where I work. Well, I shouldn't work, but I do. Yeah, they chose not to because, yeah. So they've had their chance. I will give the cards elsewhere. When my dad was in the nursing home, Mum and I used to go down once a month and we would teach card making, which was lovely. Alrighty. Yes, so the UK does, I went through a stage, I was actually buying that, this was before Stampin' Up. I was buying the cards and envelopes from the UK and doing the 8x8s, and you've got such a canvas, it's a huge canvas to work on, and you can do so much on them. But the UK very much is into the square cards. I did notice that. So I'm just cutting off what we're not going to use. And I'm cutting along the line of the cardstock. So when we went over to the UK, would have been, what's 2023, I think it was, after my mother-in-law had passed away, she had stacks and stacks of card making stuff. She also had stacks and stacks of cards that were ready-made, which we gave quite a lot of them away. We gave them to the nursing home where she lived, and they were more than happy for them. So that's what we've got so far. That just gives us that little bit of a different type of edging. So now I'm going to put something on the front there. And I was going to put one of those big pears, but I do need to colour it up a little bit. So what I might do, I don't think there's any others in here that cut. I think that was the only sheet that cut with the die cuts. Let me see. See if there is any more. So there's that one there, which is that one there. That one? Yeah, that's the little one. This is the big one that cuts this one here. That's the flower and that's just the top. So I don't think it cuts any of the ones off of the other sheets. But that doesn't mean that I can't die cut them, does it? So what do I want in the middle? I actually want a pinkish coloured pear, which I think will look nice. And I don't have, oh, that's very Darling Duckling, that one. All right. I will do this pear that I have here. So I will cut one of these out. Oh, I didn't have one of those that I can cut, or have I cut them all? No. I thought I might have done one of my cutting sprees on that one and cut the load out, but I haven't. So just let me cut a strip. And I'll cut a strip here because that gives us a whole pear. No, Ray, don't do it there. You won't get anything. About there. Now, hopefully I've left myself, yeah, I have got the hole. So I'm going to cut one of these pears here, like this. I haven't, it's funny because when this first came out, I used it quite a lot. Now I haven't used it in a while. So this was a good opportunity. For me to do something with it. So I think you all, yeah, I've got to colour that up. I might do another one as well. As you all know, there won't be a video tomorrow. But I will be back on Monday. Okay, let's use some tape because it's sliding around like an ice rink. So I've done a couple. I'm going to cut some tops as well in a minute. I didn't want this to be as green as it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some pink. Actually, what will I use? Maybe the strawberry blush. And maybe a little bit of the Darling Duckling, maybe. I'll see. It does have a bit of yellow in it, but I wanted it to have that bit of use the pink brush. And I'll just pop a bit of pink on this because it's a very, very green pear, isn't it? I'm going to cut around that white. So we'll have a bit of extra pink on the pear. Make it a little bit riper than it is. And put a little bit around this side as well. Like I said, I'm going to cut that white bit off. Let's see what that looks like. I'll just grab my scissors if I can find them. There they are. I'm just going to cut around here. Take off that very pink bit which was on the edge of the die cut. So the pink that I have used in here is also strawberry slush. So yeah, that's why I think these are going to disappear. I'm going to have to put them onto something. Maybe a white. So I've got a couple there. They don't look too bad. I'll do a couple of tops. I'll cut a couple of the tops out. I still haven't put this little mini together and had a go with it. I really must do that. I'm so used to just using this one, and I tend to use it all the time. You know, sometimes these dies seem to fit perfectly over the paper, and then other times it's like, nope, not going to do that. That one's got quite a lot of white around it. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got now. So we've got the two pairs, and I'm going to cut away that around them, I think, or at least some of it. Or will that make them stand out more? I'm going to actually, I don't want to cover that whole bit there, because the idea was to have the pink showing through. So what I want to do is to pop those up like that, so that they're, and I'm just thinking, no, I don't want to go into that sort of thing today because I don't have the time really to do that. I was thinking of making a couple of pop-ups to go in the middle. And I'll just trim away a little bit of this white, and then what I might do is pop this onto a white and then pink background. I should still have a little bit of the pink from the bottom showing. Sorry, I'm cutting that and you can't even see. My camera is... Let me have a look. See if I can... You don't need to see my legs. Right. See if I can make that a bit easier. Now, each of these needs to go in here. And I actually thought that there was, oh, it's probably in here. We've got some splatter that we can put a little bit of that on there. And then I was sure no, can't see what I was looking for. So I will just get my trusty little craft knife and just pop a little hole in there like that, and another one in there like that, so that I can just pop those. Pop those into the slit, if I can find the slit. There it is. So that we've got the leaves coming out at a decent place and not sticking out the top where they don't stick. I did do a slit there, didn't I? I did. Let's make it a little bit longer. And then just pop that. So that's our 2 pairs. What I might do is just cut, and I've got an idea for something, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. So we will see. It's probably too big. What if I was to do something like that and pop them up? I'm going to cover that bit, but we'll still have the bit sitting at the sides. And I think I'll do that in white, but I will do a pink base. So let me take this next one. Everything's going everywhere this morning. I'm going to stick those up on that. This one is going to be the base. So that is almost what I wanted there, but we can still see that there. I'll just do a piece of white. Excuse me. I could put that on there like that, and then we can pop the pears on there, which is going to give us a bit of a background. If I just put them up, let's hope that's not too much of a muchness with this colour here. We will see. That looks good. Oh, I hope so, because really I am flying by the seat of my pants here. So I'll put that on there, and then I'll pop that up. Let's do that. All right, let's do that. Don't want to go right into these corners here because I know I'm going to have a little bit overhanging. Got that the right way up? Yep. So let me, it'd be really good if I rounded off those corners, but I don't have a corner rounder in here. So I do own one, but it's not here. All right, now I'm going to pop the pears. Oh, I better stick that down, hadn't I? It's my trusty tear and tape just to hold those branches, leaves, whatever you want to call them, in shape, in place, I should say. So the lady I'm going to visit today is the lady that I went on the cruise with back in April, and we haven't caught up since then, so looking forward to a catch up. This one here, I was just going to grab some early espresso. Ooh, do I want that dark? Maybe pecan pie. And just pop some, a little bit of splatter on our, I love this splatter one, it's so cool. just on our pears. Let's turn it up that way so they don't look the same. There we go. Nice ripe pears. All right, now I'm going to pop those up on there, but I'm going to pop that up as well. So let me get the dimensionals. I think I'm going to have to come back on Monday and completely clear up my craft room. And then I'll have to do it again because Mum's going to come. And she does need to be able to get in and out. I think it's a bit selfish, really, but she insists. Oh dear. Hey, Mum. Pop a couple of little ones up the top there. I've got some bigger ones down the bottom. We can do that. It's amazing, really, what you come up with when you really don't know what you're going to do. While I'm away, I've got to get some inspiration for Monday, but we won't be late back on Sunday. We'll leave because we don't want to be in the traffic along that highway at 4 o'clock or whatever time on Sunday. It is always horrendous. So we tend to leave earlier so that we're away from all the people that are yummy, so that all the people who have gone to the Sunshine Coast for the weekend are home or well and truly on their way. So I'm just, oh, that was silly, wasn't it? Well, because look at that. Let's get that off of there. Right. And no doubt I put one up there as well, didn't I? Now I've got to get my little piece back in there. That was a bit of a faux pas, that one, wasn't it? There we go. That'll stick down now. All right. So that's what we've got there. And I'm going to put these on the back. And I'm going to pop one in the middle. Let me stand up and do that. I don't know if that really shows up enough. It will be fine. We can pop that there. I was going to put like a thin grating across the front there, but I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet. So does that look all right? It's very busy, isn't it? It's very busy. But I'm just thinking I can. So I was hoping there would be more of this showing, this pink, but it doesn't matter. I think what I might do is leave it. I'll put a greeting inside because there's not much room for one outside unless I put it right across the top there, which I'm not thinking that would work. Let's have a quick look what it would look like. It would be a very narrow one. Let's see, let's try 1/2 inch, but I think I probably want. So that would be a 1/2 inch going across there, and I think that takes away again now from the pink. So yeah. All right, so what I will do is there should be a new updated list, I think. I don't know if it's gone out yet though. But there should be one through on email. We had a bit of a problem because some people who, well, I'm one of them, when it was sent to me from an iPhone, not phone, iPad or iMac, whatever it is, Apple, I couldn't get to it. I couldn't see it. So we had to get someone else to actually send them so that, because I'm on Android, and yeah, that's how it sort of got a bit. See, I need to pop a piece in the middle. We've got to put something on the outside here. It's a bit on the. Let's find some gems of some sort. I think looking at it now, I possibly should have used a lighter color on the background. So we can use Sue's favorites because I think they would go. We could use Drewsy's. Those are the new in colors. So the Strawberry Slush, the Darling Duckling, and the Night of Navy, which is in the background there. So we've got those three. We can have a look at those and see where we're going to put those. It didn't turn out quite the way I wanted to. It's that, like I said, it's too busy on the background. So, but there we go. Wink of Stella. I've had to order another Wink of Stella. Now, are these both my old ones, or let me see. I've got another one in there. Nope. And these, I think, are both older ones. So where is, it'll be on the desk here from the other day for sure. There it is, hiding in plain sight. So I might sprinkle, if there's anything left in there to sprinkle, which I don't think there is, but we can give it a go. Bit of glittery stuff on the background. There is very little in this tube. And do a few of the flowers. Give them a bit of a sparkle. Like so. So we've got a bit of sparkle in there. Like I said, there's very little left in this tube, this pen. So there might be more in one of the others. I don't know. Nope, that one's empty. That one's actually picked up the pink off the desk here. Look at that. Got a bit more sparkle on the pink. How's that? Woohoo! Do the same round there. There we go. Just around the edges. Right. Oh, what is happening with our thing that's not letting us schedule for the times that we want? That is so weird. Yeah, you have Apple, Suzanne, and yeah, that's why I couldn't get the... Okay, alrighty. So what are we going to put on here? I think we need something fairly large. I'm actually going towards the druzy, and I'm going towards the sparkly ones, not the gold, the other, because I really think that that would stand out. So maybe I should just go ahead and pop some of them on. So I wanted to pop one in the middle there because that looks weird, that blank bit. And then maybe another one down here. I might put a few more than I normally do. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Actually, what I might do is leave those two and then put this one here, move this one, and just do my 1. Come up. 2 and 3 just down the side there. So we've got 5 in there. We've got the 3 coming down here, and then we've got 1 there and 1 there. I could put 2 more on. I could do that, but it's going to be too. So there's plenty of space down here to put a greeting if we want to, which, you know, I possibly would. I'll just quickly cut an insert for that one. Yes, Druzy? Yeah, it is a pain, Suzanne. I went, as you know, I left the meeting, came on, and it did not want to give me 9:30, and I was before 9:15, so I don't see why, but anyway, who are we to argue with the powers that be? All right, piece of white is what I need. Oh, that's right, I can't use one of those, can I? Because I'm doing a square card. I almost forgot. So I think what I might do, what did I say it was? It was a 5 by 5. So do 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. I can see I've just put in on my last order. I've just sent for some new blades because I think this was my last one. And then I'm going to go 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. Stick that onto there and then that into there. You know, I have a bit of a giggle to myself sometimes because I look at this and I think, oh, a pair. Maybe we can do it for a wedding card. Not sure that would go down so well, but anyway. I don't know. Might do. It might well do, Suzanne. Because, I mean, it tells us when we're scheduled, but the live button's still there, isn't it? I didn't think of that. I'm just going to finish off anyway, so Just going to pop this in here. I will decide what greeting I'm going to put in. That gives a bit of spark in the middle there. Pop a bit of colour if I can get some out. Yep, there's still enough in there to do that, but and I should really should really stamp something in there. Maybe just these. There's some tiny little flowers here. Maybe I should just stamp them in the pink. And I think that will work. I will, Suzanne. Thank you. Yeah, we haven't seen each other since April, so that'll be nice. Let's put that there. There, that looks quite sweet. So we've got a little something on the inside, and then we have that on the outside. Okay. I don't mind the concept. The background is too busy for what I've put on the front. However, yeah, what a pair. That would be good, wouldn't it? Every time I do it, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could do that as like a wedding card, or even an engagement, I suppose. So we've got the 3 druzy in I don't know how it's showing up on there, but it does actually take the plainness off of it a little bit, and especially with the sparkle round on the leaves. I wish now I'd gone with a lighter background, but hey, or a not so busy background. We learn by our mistakes. So that is my card for today with the inside. I'm sure someone would appreciate it. Maybe someone who has a pear orchard. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm just going to pop up to the top. See you Monday. Alrighty, so yeah, that's my card for this morning. I'm sorry it was a bit quick and it was off the cuff, and I should have really thought of other colors for that front bit, but that is fine. It is just fine. I'll thank you, Holly. Yeah, it's about a couple of hours down the road, and my husband has to stop at Gympie to do something as well. So if you're on my Facebook page, Lorraine's Colour Me Crazy Cards, pop on over there, and or even my ordinary page, because I always end up posting photos when we go out for the weekend. There may or may not be some photos of some cocktails or stuff like that, but wouldn't have been us that was drinking them. We would have just been holding them for someone else. Thanks, Sue. I'll miss all you guys tomorrow too. But hey, I'll be back. And next week I've got to have Thursday and Friday will have to be evening classes, evening videos, because I'm working next week on Thursday and Friday. And then I should be back to retirement for a while anyway. Let's see how that goes. Thank you so much, everybody. Be careful on the roads if you're out this weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I will see you all on Monday. And thank you so much, Marlene. I definitely will. All right.